Alright, I promised a Chieftain Ignite build. I'm going to deliver a Chieftain Ignite build. This is Wave of Conviction Chieftain. And I'm doing Wave of Conviction because it had some favorable gem charges, much like Discharge. This is the old and this is the new. I have Wave of Conviction in here at level 23 to simulate that change. 23 is actually a little bit pessimistic. It does slightly less damage than what the new change will be at level 20, but that's what I have it as because the next level was higher. Some other modifiers that I have in here, 28% less ignite damage because of the patch notes. I have always moving ticked, and that's because we have both 2% regen when moving and when stationary, but I have to select one to get it turned on. I'll show you that here. 2% moving, 2% stationary. I have Culling Strike on something. This is commented out, but if you put it on, you see we get a little bit more DPS. And because Wave of Conviction is our primary skill, our secondary skill, you have space for one more thing, so you could just put Culling Strike on it. Then lastly, gain 28.57% of physical damage as extra fire damage. That is the average uptime for Nagamu, which is here. It says every 10 seconds, gain 100% of physical damage as extra fire damage for 4 seconds. So in 14 seconds, 4 of those it's up, or 2/7, which is that percentage of time. This is actually, realistically, we're going to do better because Ignite favors whatever the highest Ignite on a creature is. So when we ignite them during that uptime, that's going to last another 5 seconds. So realistically, we're doing a fair bit more damage than that, but if anything, the elemental overload uptime estimation is a little optimistic, so I think those two sort of balance each other out. So Wave of Conviction, we're casting it 1.5 times a second, has a little bit under an 8% chance to crit, and we have 8 seconds to do that. So for this to activate, that is. So in 8 seconds, how many are we have? 1.5. Right, so we're getting 12 casts in times 8. Yeah, so it's optimistic to have this on all the time. We're going to have it up some of the time, but not all of the time. So I think that sort of balances with the flame advance. Not sure exactly how to do the precise math on that if I was going to try and do an equivalent percentage, but it'll be around that. And then what else is going on? Yeah, we have the efficiency nodes now. This is all built off of the discharge tree from the previous build with some changes. We're taking a whole lot of physical as fire, so we have like physical as fire and divine fury on the flames advance, on magmatic strikes, and then Wave of Conviction is being converted to 100% through our between Avatar of Fire and Flames Advance, and this will overwrite anything. Well, not overwrite. It will prioritize converting to fire before converting to lightning, which is part of the default interaction of the gem. Trying to think if there's anything else I need to go over. This is a really straightforward build, to be honest. It's almost a one-click build. Because the Wave of Conviction is sort of normally one of those things you throw on as a debuff, and now it's our main skill. So we've got Wave of Conviction, Righteous Fire, and a move skill. War Cries. We are using Infernal Cry against bosses. I did not take Hinekora. I preferred to have the tankiness of Tessalio. The auras are the same as the Discharge was. Skitterbots with Unbound Elements, Determination, and Vitality to help keep Righteous Fire going. If you get enough efficiency, you could maybe enable one of those, although I already have some efficiency enabled and we're not there, so that might not be a thing. But it's there to play around with if you want. And then I have Culling Strike on the curse. I think I already told you about that with the things, but if you commented out, you get that Culling Strike DPS. So total damage per second is a little over 1 million, similar to the Discharge one. This is actually tankier. I know some people think Juggernauts are always by default tankier, but I think Chieftain is a little bit better here. Actually, I guess it's about the same, but it's very similar. Tessalio's is a really good node. That's saying 15% less physical damage taken, except for we have 80% fires in, so it's saying 16% less physical damage taken is basically what that node says, since we have so much resistance to fire. Unaffected by Ignite obviously makes the resist easy. Yeah, I think that's it for now. If you have any questions, let me know. Should be a pretty straightforward build. Honestly, I may league start this myself just because it's so, it just seems like a very relaxing way to play to me. But let me know what you guys think, and I will talk to you in the next one.